Hi, welcome back to another edition of Max and Nikki 1000th Time Reactions.
where we react to a song after listening to it for our 1000th time.
We release 3 videos a day,
Every day.
so make sure to hit that subscribe button
And turn on post notifications.
so you don't miss out on all this great content of ours. What are we going to listen to right now, Max?
We're going to listen to Dreams by the Cranberries.
God, classic tune that we grew up with and
I've heard many times.
heard many times. It really brings me back, you know?
Yeah. Now, if you're new to the channel, what we like to do here is we listen to the song all the way through.
Without stopping, so we don't
so-
ruin the vision of the artist, how they intended the song to be.
Which is heard all the way through.
And then
unless,
after
unless
that,
some artist decided, hey, you pause the song. No, I'm kidding.
and then we talk about the song afterwards, go into analysis and in-depth conversation about it.
That's right. Before we get to the song, as we normally do, we like to mention that we have another YouTube channel called Max and Nikki,
On which we perform oldies tunes, jazz standards, and originals in that vein.
and we got comedy videos on there as well if you're interested. But for right now, let's take a listen to Dreams by the Cranberries.
For our 1000th time.
Here we go. Dreams by the Cranberries.
Really takes me back, you know?
That takes me back. I mean, it's a really great song. I mean, boy, it does really take me back to particularly a rain. For some reason, I have this image in my head of it being a rainy day in the early 90s and me trying to catch rain in a little sandwich plastic bag, catching the rain outside in the early 90s.
Yeah, I felt like this came out in like 94 though, right?
Came out in 93, I believe.
Yeah.
Shall I check?
It's just, if you want. But there's a lot going on in this song that, you know, we hear this song all the time on the radio. I'm sure it's played multiple times on the radio every day. And it's certainly my favorite Cranberries song. But there's so much going on with the production on this that you don't normally get if you're just listening on a car radio. There's, you know, sonically, like if you're listening with headphones, there's just a lot going on in the stereo spectrum of this song, you know?
Sure. Just to chime in here, it was actually originally released as a single in 1992 and then released on their debut album in 1993.
Of course, it's also featured in the Karate Kid Part 4 movie, The Next Karate Kid.
It is?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's actually also featured in...
With Hilary Swank as the new Karate Kid.
It's also featured in You've Got Mail. In fact, in If You've Got Mail, you see Meg Ryan, she's kind of walking at maybe somewhat of a brisk pace, or just kind of, it seems like she's walking through the rhythm of the song. And I associate that, not necessarily Meg Ryan doing it, but I have that image in my head too of somebody kind of turning the corner and you see them come up from afar coming down like maybe a sidewalk and they're kind of, I don't know, there's just something about it, you know.
But there's a lot going on here. There's this guitar, the guitar keeps going back and forth.
Yeah,
between the right
this
and
rhythm
left.
Guitar that kind of is kind of panning
like
around,
oscillating back and forth.
You know, going back. There's obviously also that tremoloed guitar happening, often,
Right, but it's
which
happening
is pretty cool.
in rhythm with the song. It's kind of it's almost
no. That's an often. That's
I know,
an
but
often
it's
used
not. It doesn't
thing
seem
to go
like
in with rhythm. With the
I know,
song.
but it's not just. It doesn't seem like it's just tremolo. It seems like it's some kind of, I don't know, sequencer or something like that.
No. It's tremolo.
It's like it's almost
no. It's most definitely a tremoloed guitar. I can probably guarantee that. But also, I think in addition to that, I think there may have been somebody using a percussion instrument to kind of highlight that.
Could be.
I'm not
there's also
totally
a part where you hear this really interesting sound. I guess it's Max was pointing out that it's her vocals.
I believe it's her vocals. Yeah,
she, obviously she was providing more than just the lead
right.
vocals on this.
She had this interesting technique, as you heard, this kind of yodel kind of sound.
But there was a sound in the middle of the song where it was like,
It almost sounded like
it sounded like an instrument.
It actually sounded like an instrument, but I think it might have been the lead singer providing a sort of, maybe you want to call it like a Tarzanish effect, maybe, if that makes sense. It was really cool. Also, I should mention I think it was towards the end of the song, there was kind of a really reverbed out electric guitar that might have been overdriven a little bit, but it was just way in the background. And it was kind of just added to the ambiance of it, which is really neat.
You know, what's also cool is the drums seem to be really
quite
kind
reverbed
out and seem to be far, like, it sounds like it's at a distance away from you. Like,
right.
Especially you hear
space.
that kick drum and then the floor toms at some point.
And the snare.
And the snare, but especially during the quieter moments, or I don't know if they're the verses or the choruses, but don't change or
right. I think it's also they effectively use the instruments to help create a dynamic shift, because there's the quieter parts, and then what I mean by that is the tremolo guitar part comes in when it wants to get a little bit more, intense, I guess, or a little bit louder,
right?
Yeah, I mean, without necessarily making without her vocals necessarily getting more intense or volume wise. It's just more of just the addition of different aspects of the production that are happening that help create that effect.
Right. I feel like the musicianship on this song is really quite good, actually. And her vocals are really great on this too, you know?
Sure.
I mean,
And it's a very simple lead guitar part, but very catchy and memorable. I
mean, this song kind of just makes it feel good, doesn't it?
It does. It makes you feel good.
It makes it feel good. I mean,
It makes you want to just get out there and you're
Conquer
ready
the
for the
world.
day. Yeah. Take on the world.
it is definitely my favorite Cranberries song, you know?
Well, I think it was their first hit, actually.
Their first hit? No. I think Linger was, maybe.
Well, no, this was on their debut album.
I think Zombie came out afterward, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Zombie, I'm not totally sure. I mean, comment below to let us know.
the
I thought
order-
Zombie might have been on their next album.
Right, that's what I think.
No,
That's what I
thought,
said. I think Zombie came out afterward.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
No, I thought you were saying was their next single. I thought you were saying.
No. But anyway, great song, great
Great
discussion,
band, great musicianship. Yeah.
great musicianship. I think that'll do it for this reaction video. If you like what you heard and saw today, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications to find out about more Max and Nicky reaction videos.
Please keep tuning in.